All right. This is Erica Dyer, episode 34. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. Back for another podcast with Nick. How's it going, Nick?
It's going good. It's going good. I finally, I'm finally home now.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Didn't have to do anything illegal to get home, but I almost did. So yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm finally.
Oh my God, you are going to have to tell us. Absolutely. Yeah, because you had posted a picture of all those people, or a video of all those people in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that when you were trying to come home or when you were trying to go there?
That was when I was trying to come back. I made. Okay, we'll do long story short. I was going on a cruise with my brother and sister-in-law last week, and I wanted to make sure, and they were driving because they have their dog and they wanted to drive.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to fly because that's I could. I forgot it was spring break entirely. Just haven't done it in a while. Forgot it was April through March through April. And I went down to Orlando, which was also a problem because it's spring break. So I wanted to be there the day before the cruise left, and my flight kept getting canceled because of weather, people getting down there, and I flew with Spirit, wonderful airlines.
Is that sarcastic?
Getting back was about the same thing. The flight kept getting canceled. The video I put up was only a hallway, mind you. When I went to, because usually with one of these, when you go to the airport, you have to you'll virtually check in your bag and put all your stuff in, and some of them will give you the luggage tag for your bag. You put it on yourself. It has instructions on there. It's kind of idiot proof. I did that, and then I had to wait in line for the line was huge. The line was out the door of the actual airport.
Oh
you had
my
to,
God.
be on the sidewalk with the cars and stuff, driving people off. The line was huge. It was just amazingly huge. Just full of parents and kids and crying and yelling and beating and kids getting slapped and told to shut up and everything. It was fucking terrible. I've never seen so many people in this airport in my entire life. All sitting there trying to get in line to get water, to go through security, eat food, go to the bathroom, anything. Just having these giant bags around them and stuff. It was awful. I eventually made it home.
God.
After a while, it was incredibly. It was terrible. If I ever have to go to Orlando again during this time, I will fly through Tampa or some shit like that, and not through Orlando. I'll drive to Orlando. It's fine, but I'm not gonna fucking go through the main airport.
My kids and I had an issue with Orlando once. We were coming back through Orlando, and you know how you're always supposed to get to the airport 2 hours before your flight. They always recommend that. And we just so happened to get there at least 2 hours, if not more, prior to our flight. And there was a security line way out the door, and we're like, what is going on? Evidently there was some bombing or something in some other country, not the US, but because of that, they were making everyone, regardless of whether you were TSA or what, empty every single carry-on bag. You had to laptops, everything out. They were hand swabbing everything. It was just the security check was taking so much longer, and the fucking planes weren't waiting. So
oh my God, that's the fucking worst.
Yes, because if they're late to the next airport, then it causes that that flight to be late. So they weren't waiting. So if you didn't get through that security line, then sorry about your luck. And my kids and I had to run for the plane with our shoes in our hands. And the lady, when we got to the gate was still open. And she goes, well, go ahead and put your shoes on before you get on the plane. But yeah, Orlando. And then I think it was the week after that is when that dude shot somebody or took a gun and was in the baggage claim area. I think he shot somebody, actually.
Jeez, man. That's nuts. No, the one thing I have done is I pay for clear to get through the line easier.
Okay, I wondered about that.
It's good. It's good. If you, I mean, you travel a lot, I'd say it's worth it because you don't go through the big line. You go through a smaller one. Somebody helps you with your setup, or at least making sure who you are. They scan your, like, your eyes or your thumbprint or whatever. They scan your boarding pass. They mark it and make sure they talk to the person saying you're cool. And then you just go into the line, undress, show them your insides, and they X-ray everything, and you're through it. So yeah.
Well,
it was way shorter than what I had to deal with, like, normally.
I actually have the TSA pre-check. So
okay, then you're gold then.
Yeah, and actually I have the global reentry. So if I leave the country and have to come back, that was a challenge getting that shit, because when I had to drive up to South Bend for the global reentry, and this guy, it was so funny, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I already got TSA pre-check, and he's getting all the paperwork, take my picture, and then as kind of an afterthought, he goes, have you ever been arrested or convicted of a crime? And I was like, are we talking about recently? He goes, ever. And so I'm like, well, back in 1992 or 93, I was arrested for minor consumption, and then I was arrested for criminal mischief, and then I was arrested for, and he's like, we're going to need a list of those. And I was like, is this going to be an issue? I mean, I've traveled out of the country and come back before. He goes, we're going to need a printout from the court showing what the dispositions are, and that everything has been taken care of. And I'm like, my God, this shit was like, I mean, come on, minor consumption. I'm going to be 50 this year. Can't we just let it go? I'm like, my God.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen who are listening, we did do an episode way back in the beginning of all the times Erica's gone to jail. So go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my God. So yeah, then I had to go to the courthouse, and I'm like, yes, I need a printout and the dissolutions of my court cases. And they're like, well, when are they from? I'm like, oh, 92 and 93, maybe 94, somewhere around there. I don't know. Can you look it up? I don't even remember. Yeah, and then I had to pay the courthouse to get me this paperwork, because that's not something they keep readily available, because they were all misdemeanors too. That was the thing. I'm like, well, there were no felonies. It was nothing violent. We're not talking drugs. I put sugar in some guy's gas tank. I mean, my God. So, yes, but I did get it approved, so I do have the global reentry. The government can't get rid of me yet. Oh, shit. Speaking of the government, my court case with the IRS is going to be coming up.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Hopefully that gets cleared up soon.
Yeah, I got a letter in the mail from them, and of course the IRS has already said, nope, this is what we have, boom, 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 because they got to submit paperwork, but I did not. They took their paperwork, not mine. So now a mediator is going to set up a case for us to discuss it, and then I can present my evidence. I'm like, you motherfuckers. But it's all over the 500, and I did already pay it, because, I mean, I know this is the government we're talking about. I'm going to lose. But it's the point. I want it on record that they're fucking me out of this 500. Not that I owe it freely, but they're going to fuck me to get it. I'm going to use up, how much do they pay for lawyers? Because we're going to use up as much as we can. Fuckers.
Yeah, well, just be careful of the IRS now. They're packing these days,
I know.
They've all got guns now.
I know, and now they're going to remember my name. They're going to be like, God damn it, let's audit her again. I still haven't filed my taxes this year because of that. I'm kind of afraid to.
Neither have I, just because I've been lazy. I'll do them. I think I'll do them this weekend or whatever, just to get them over with. Because they're all easy to do. It's just all entering the fields you need to. But I just don't fucking feel like it, man. I just don't care anymore. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't care either. And it's like this year, it's not even on the 14th, is it? It's like an odd day, isn't it? I don't think it's on the 14th.
I think it's the 20th.
Yeah, it's like an odd day. I'm like, what is going on here?
No, I don't care. I just, as long as I get them in beforehand. I know. Yeah, as long as I get them in before the deadline, it's, it's something's there. It's like whatever. Yeah, I don't care. Just get my shit, get it over with. Take your fucking pound of flesh, get out of here, be done with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh well. But yeah, so that sucks. Did you at least have a good time while you were on the cruise?
Yes, I got the unlimited drink package like in the beginning when we booked it in like November, December, and it was discounted heavily. I think it was $330 with tax, which equates to about $85 a day, which when you look at the price of the drinks, each drink is like $14. The cocktails anyways are like $14. We drank far past that. Fucking far past that. I know for a fact. My sister-in-law, I think the first day getting on the cruise, not even leaving port yet. We were on the cruise, and then they left. That first day, I think she downed like 10 mojitos.
Oh God.
I wasn't far behind her either. And it was one of those things where it's like, like you order drink, and they ask you for your card, which is basically it has all your information on there. It has your passport information on there and all the other bullshit. And it got to the point where like we would sit at the bar and we would just like put the card in front of us, on the table, just being like, here it is, just like keep giving it to us. Just we're gonna knock them back. Here's the card. We're not gonna even put it in our pockets anymore because it was just easier that way. But yeah, I mean, we had a good time. Went to Nassau, went to Coco Cay.
Nice.
Water was fucking clear, fishes everywhere. It was wonderful. Whole experience was great. I did see this one, what was it? This one crazy ass yacht on the side while we were, what was it? In Nassau. I remember the name of it. It was called Vibrant Curiosity was the name of the yacht. Huge yacht with a damn helicopter on it.
Okay.
Yeah. It had a helicopter like wrapped in cloth, like on a certain section of the damn yacht. I guess in case shit happens, they can fly out or whatever. But apparently, it's owned by a German entrepreneur. The fucking yacht has its own Wikipedia section. It's crazy. I love it.
Has its own Wikipedia section. I wish I was that damn rich. Because like the yacht itself is like I think 2 or 3 sections tall or 4 sections tall. It's massive. It's like the details on it are idiotic. Yeah. But other than that, it was fun, man. Just getting going to the islands and doing that whole thing. Everybody was damn nice on the cruise. They were really really cool, real friendly. No BS, no problems. It was good. Good. Yeah, unlimited drinks, unlimited food, entertainment, all kinds of stuff, man. It was great. Well, at least you got away for a little bit.
Yeah, that was nice. That was really worth it, just trying to get away. But once again, like I said before, just getting to the cruise was a fucking chore. Yeah, next time I know to I'll try to be conscious of those times of the year and just be like, if I'm going to Florida during those times of the year, fly in through Tampa, drive to Orlando. It's just easier.
Oh, absolutely. Well, luckily you went down a day early. I've known people that have missed their cruises because they didn't go down early. Their dumbasses try to fly in like the morning of the cruise.
Yeah, and even when in the morning when my flights were delayed and stuff for just going down there, I was timing it out and I looked at the route to get to where I needed to go, and I was like, okay, if I leave now in my car, I can drive down there. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to be long, but I could make it down there in my car and be down by like 11 or whatever and get to the hotel, and then have my car the whole fucking time.
Mm.
Just cancel my other flight or cancel the entire flights and just drive back or whatever. But it didn't come to that. I kind of wish it did, just with the whole ordeal and stuff. But it's fine. It all worked out.
Yeah, shit,
Yeah.
I've done that before with a flight. I was coming back from Long Island. Well, I was coming back from New York, and I was actually flying out of Jersey. And the flight kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed until it was like, well, we can put you on a flight for tomorrow. And I'm like, well, fuck, I can drive it in 10 hours. I just went and I said, since you're delaying it in that far, can you just refund my money and I'll just go get a rental car? And then I just drove it. Yeah. Like, you assholes, I ain't staying here all night.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that's fucking terrible. That happened to me. That happened to me once. I think I was coming back to I think Nashville or whatever from Orlando, and there was some like break in the flight or something. I forget. There was like a 2-stop thing or something. It was weird, but happened to me once, and I fucking hated it. It's terrible, fucking terrible. But yeah, but no, just the worst thing was seeing like all these people who were like, especially families who were frustrated. Like I'm a single person traveling by myself. I had nowhere to actually be when I got back home. My whole thing was just trying to get home. I didn't have to get up early to go back to work or anything like that. Like I just wanted to get the fuck home.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, once again, like there were families, there were kids, there were older people, like everybody just trying to figure shit out. And but I don't know, I might switch over to Delta or something. Or something like that, just to make sure things are a little bit better. Oh god, yeah, I might have to stop using Spirit.
Yeah, well, Spirit isn't the only airline that pulls that shit. I was going to be flying on Allegiant because I went to Las Vegas last week, right, to film that movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was going to check a couple bags, and Allegiant, you have to be there 45 minutes before your flight. Not a big deal. We have a small airport. I had my kids drop me off. My one son dropped me off to make sure that I got there. I was there over an hour before my flight. Walk into our airport and go up to the Allegiant counter, and there's nobody at the Allegiant counter. And I'm like, okay, so the flight is like at 2:29, and at this point it is probably 1:25, something like that. So I was there an hour early, and I'm standing there and I'm not concerned. Okay, so they're probably headed down, and waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and now it's like 1:35, something like that. And this guy wearing, he looked like maybe a ground person because he was wearing one of those reflector vests. He comes down and walks right behind the counter, makes eye contact with me because I'm like, oh, good, somebody's here now because I got these 2 big-ass bags, right? And he's like, makes eye contact with me but doesn't acknowledge me. And he uses his radio. He goes, there's nobody at the counter, at the Allegiant counter. And then he leaves. And I'm like, okay, well, somebody saw me. He radioed somebody, let them know that there's nobody at the Allegiant counter. And so I'll wait. They'll be here soon. Well, a lady came up behind me, and it's like 1:40. Again. Ooh. Again, still within 45 minutes prior. And she comes up behind me, and she goes, well, there's nobody at the counter. I said, no, I know, but there should be somebody coming. I just, saw a guy come down, and she's like, oh, okay, good. And she goes, have you said anything? I said, well, that guy just saw me. And she goes, well, there was people down at the American counter. And she goes, hey, there's nobody at the Allegiant counter. Is there anybody you can call for us? And they said, no, we're sorry, we're American. Okay, I guess we'll just wait. Then it was like 1:50, And another guy comes up behind us again with another checked bag, a bag to check. And again, I'm just standing there like, it'll all work itself out, right? It'll just all work itself out. Certainly, somebody's going to be here.
Oh my God.
I have been here well before it was the cutoff time. Somebody's going to be here. And the guy comes up and he asked us, and has anybody called anybody? And it's like, well, you can't call the call center thing. And so she went down, the girl behind me went down to the other counter where United and them were. And she's like, well, there's nobody at this counter. And they say, well, they should be there shortly. Okay, so she comes back and we're waiting for probably about 5 more minutes. And she sees on the board, she goes, that's our flight that's boarding. I said, well, it can't be boarding. It's early. It's not supposed to board until after, right after 2 o'clock. And she goes, that's our flight number that's boarding right now. And I'm like, but there's nobody here to take our bags. And so she goes back down to the United. She goes, could you please radio somebody or something? We got these bags that need checked. We already paid for the bags online. So they knew people were going to check their bags. We already paid for it and checked in for our flights. So they radioed over the loudspeaker and said, the intercom, and said, could a Allegiant person please come to the counter, blah, blah, blah. And finally, the dude that's behind us has said, I'm going to go through the security checkpoint. And it's like, well, can you do that? He goes, I'm going to try. So he takes off with his big ass bag, and we're waiting. And this girl's near tears. She's traveling for work. And I got these 2 big ass bags because I had changes of clothes, right? And boots and all kinds of stuff. And he didn't come back. So about 5 more minutes. Now we're at 2 o'clock. And the notice has popped up on her phone. Flight is, her number is, boarding. And I said, well, that dude never came back. So I guess let's try it. So we go hustling down to the TSA line, right? And the TSA people are like, okay, so you can come through, but you have to completely take everything out of your bags.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, fine. And I'm telling you, this one bag, it was like a 50-pound bag. It was a big bag, right? So I'm like, you know what? That's fine. So I put my carry-on up there because it was just my backpack. And then the one bag, it was like filled with my makeup and shit. And I dumped that shit out. And, they put that through. And then my big clothes bag, I opened that shit up on the floor. And I don't realize it till I open that shit. I got 2 vibrators in there. I got like fishnet stockings in there because I'm playing. Well, first of all, Mama's going on vacation, right? But no, I'm playing this 80s rocker. So I got these fishnet stockings. I got these see-through lingerie looking things, plus all my underwear, my bras, everything. And I'm just like, well, fuck it. I gotta make my flight. And I'm just throwing this shit in those gray little bins that they put through the TSA thing. And it's all piled up, and they're shoving that shit through. And then I'm thinking, okay, once it's through, I can put my shit in my bag and just go. No, they gotta completely swab the fucking suitcase. They check the lining. They swab the inside, the outside, the handles, the seams, Then I gotta put all the shit back. And I'm trying to throw this shit back in there. I got this poor young TSA guy. He's chasing after me because I dropped a pair of socks. And he's like, here, just put them in your pocket. And I'm like, oh, good Lord, this is humiliating. Because usually I don't see the looks on their faces when vibrators and shit go through because this was supposed to be in my checked luggage, motherfuckers. So lady behind me, though. Oh, I feel so bad for her because this was supposed to be her checked bag. So she had full-size shampoos. She had like over-the-counter medicated creams. She had perfume bottle. They made her toss it all. If you want to get through TSA, you're going to have to toss it. And she is like near tears because she's like, this was supposed to be my checked bag, but there was nobody there to take it. Yeah, they made her throw it. So I left her. Because I'm that nice. I left her at the TSA security thing. I'm like, bitch, I got a flight. I got to get out of here. So she goes, please let them know I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And she's trying to like go through and they're like, you got to toss that. You got to toss that. You got to toss that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, over $200 is what she said. So I get down to our gate. They boarded early because the plane got there early. And the lady that was working the counter, this poor little old lady, she said she had no idea where the other 2 employees were. There was supposed to be 3 people total for Allegiant, and she had no idea where they were. None. So evidently other people had gone through and not checked their bags either, and that's probably why they sent that one guy down that I said earlier came down and said, oh, no, there's nobody at the counter. They were looking for these people because
they were probably banging or getting high somewhere.
Yep. So, she had a list and she found me on there and luckily they did not make me throw anything away, but I'm telling you, it's probably because some of the shit I had packed. Because they were probably like, you know what, just get to going to Vegas. You have some fun there. Yeah. Because I told this other woman that had, once she got on the plane, I know I had things over like the 4 or 5 ounces. I know I did. Whatever the ounces are, because these were supposed to be my checked bags. But it was such a big jumbled mess and I had so much of it, I think they just let me go. I didn't have obvious like big shampoo bottles like she did or big perfume bottles, but I did have, hair care products and other stuff that would have been over the ounces that should have been allowed. Spray, you're not supposed to take aerosol cans. Batteries, because gotta have batteries, and all of that was in there. But I do think it was just such a jumbled mess, and I was in such a flustered state because these were my checked bags. That was. But I made it there, and actually, once we were on the plane, the flight was great. It was just what the fuck happened to these people at the counter. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. Yeah, actually, when I went to catch my flight from Orlando to Atlanta, was checking my bag, and apparently the cops were coming, and one of the Spirit women attendants who were there helping everybody trying to get through shit said, walked with them to get this woman. I guess this woman was giving her shit or fodder or grabbed her some shit because she was talking shit. She's like, yeah, this is what this bitch gets for trying to fucking punch me out. She gets the cops called on her. I was like, what? I was like, here's the thing.
Damn.
In life, never mess with a Spirit or an Allegiant stewardess because they've been through some bullshit.
Yeah.
And they will knock your fucking ass out.
I don't blame because they are a no frills airline, so they get the cheap asses like myself.
Oh yeah.
And and they probably do get people that bitch all the time about stupid shit.
Yeah. I remember I was on a flight. I came back from LA and I woke up about 10 minutes before we landed. I could see the stewardesses like frantically going up and down the aisles, and I was like, oh, this is not good. And so like as we were about to land, the pilot says over the intercom, he's like, we're about to land. Nobody get out of their seat, unplug, or undo your belts. Just stay in your seat. Do not move because cops are going to come on board and remove one of the people. And I was like, what?
Damn, what was happening? That you
did? What the fuck happened?
No shit.
But Yeah, I mean, everybody did what they were told. The plane landed, taxied, the little walkway came over, opened up, and like I had a window seat there, so I could see the cops, like on the walkway, and they were ready to come in. They door opened, came in, walk all the way down the fucking plane, picked the guy up, took him off the plane, and then the pilot came over the plane. And was like, all right, now all of you can get the fuck off of the plane.
Damn.
Basically, I was like, shit. Well, I mean, what happened is like a fight broke out, or like he did some dumb shit and like punched a stewardess or something. I don't know, man. It's always like some shit that happens on these fucking flights. So, like you said, it's a no frills airline. They do they nickel and dime the fuck out of you.
Yep.
It's cheap for a reason. So
Yep. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had anything like that happen. I have had some bad flights before, delays, flights that just kind of irritated me, but I've never had like them just not show up to take your bags.
That's fucking wild, man. That really is some shit. I mean, I've never had that happen to me either. Usually there's somebody there who's going to because even when you do the self check-in through the little kiosk there for for Spirit, there's somebody who has to take the actual bag from you and put it on the conveyor belt so it can get in the plane.
That's the people that weren't there. The people that were going to take the bag and put it on that conveyor belt so it could end up on the plane. That's the thing.
Well, and here's the thing. Just by me traveling a lot, I'll always use the 3-ounce bottles. It's just a thing I do. I don't care if the bag's checked or not. Those are the bottles I always use. One thing I've gotten these little cologne things for my colognes. You just pump the actual cologne into this little travel version of it, and just throw it in your bag. I have a handful of those that I use all the time because once again, if I have to do what you did and have to go through security, at least they're all in these little things, and it's less. It's like an ounce or less than an ounce or something, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's I was on a cruise with the lady. She had just this little tiny carry-on, and she said that her and her girlfriends had actually went to this class where they show you how to pack for a trip, and that's one of the things that they did. The full-size stuff, you get those little bottles, and you can put your same product in the little bottles, and then your clothes, all of your clothes, I just tend to throw everything in there, or I fold it kind of haphazard. No, she says you roll it as tight as you can, and then once they're rolled up into these, these long tubes or whatever, you can stack them really easily. And it just, she had this little tiny carry-on. I'm like, I don't know if I can ever travel that way. I mean, I go on a weekend trip and I'm checking a 50-pound bag. I can't.
No. If I'm doing a weekend thing, it's a carry-on for sure. Carry-on, I can handle it because I'll have another pair of shoes in there, another pair of shorts or pants, whatever. 4 shirts, extra pair of underwear just in case, and that's it. So I'm good.
Yeah, man, not me.
Yeah, no. But if I'm going for a week, then I'll take the big bag. But also, while I was in Orlando and I was there for a day just fucking around, I got a car and was rolling through. I went to there's a horror store down there called Atomic Horror that I opened up in October when I went the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back there and I picked up some shit that I just wanted. I could pick up more stuff now because I had to check bags, so I filled it full of more shit I didn't need. Went to another Halloween place, went to the Lego store as well and picked up, because usually unfortunately it's the Lego store at the Disney area where they do all the shops are,
mm-hmm.
which was oddly had a lot of security for it too. It was fucking weird. You walked through 2 metal detectors, and if you had a bag on you, they went through it. If not, you walked into the place. But usually, I remember that place being, as a kid, you would park and just walk in. But for some reason now, there's heavy security there. It's fucking weird.
Mm.
But I went to the Lego store because sometimes they'll have exclusives for the store itself. And I asked the guy, he's like, "No, we don't got that." I was like, "All right, fine." So I picked up something I was going to get for my cousin anyways whenever I go see him, and that was it. I just left because I don't want to be there. But no, just a lot of fucking around, a lot of going to go see interesting stuff, and eat at some of the restaurants nearby and things. I completely forgot that there was a convention going on, like MegaCon or whatever. Had I remembered, I probably would have bought a ticket that day and just spent the entire day there. But I completely forgot, and it just didn't dawn on me. So. But yeah, because when I went to go check in for my hotel, they was like, "Are you here for MegaCon?" I was like, "Oh shit, that's going on this weekend.
Yeah.
Fuck, I should have bought a day ticket or whatever." Didn't think about it. Didn't think about it.
Oh well,
Yeah.
There's plenty of other ones.
Yeah. I'm still gunning for Scarefest. So
Good. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a blast.
oh, definitely. I'm definitely gunning for that. I did get a notification for a film festival near me in June that's happening. It's the Chattanooga Film Festival. It's been going on for 10 years. I think I'm going to pull the trigger and buy a ticket and check it out.
Oh, you'll have to let me know if it's any good.
Yeah, I've been to. I mean, I went to one. I think at the beginning of 2021, because the movie I worked on with Richard and these guys had a showing at something called, what was it? It was the Connuga like grind exploitation film festival or some shit like that. It was something weird, some weird name, and they couldn't do a showing because of COVID. They couldn't do a showing in Chattanooga, so they went all the way to fucking Virginia to do the showing, where there was an Alamo Drafthouse Theater like off of an exit. So Richard's like, "Hey, do you want to come? You want to come with? It's a 9-hour drive." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go." So we got up ass early and drove 9 hours to get to this fucking area to go to a film festival. So yeah, it was fun, but yeah, I had a blast. So it was fun just drinking and eating and watching weird fucking movies from everywhere. We had German ones, Swedish ones from Florida, ones from all over the place. Man, it was wonderful.
Oh, I love foreign films.
Yeah, there was a German one that was like with puppets and like nuclear waste, something like that. It was really well done. It was really cool. But I know for this one, they're doing what is it? At the end of June, they're doing it over a weekend. They're also doing a virtual one online, so you can watch it through your computer or whatever as well. So, yeah, I definitely want to check it out, because once again, it's been around for a few years now, and it's pretty reputable. It's a lot of cool things have come through there. So maybe I'll catch something brand new that nobody's going to see for a while, and I'll be the first one to watch it.
Exactly. Oh, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. What movie did you shoot in Vegas?
Desert Fiends.
Desert Fiends. Okay.
Yeah, some of the pictures that were taken, I look like a fat fucking cow. Some of the other ones I look pretty decent in. I did have a couple wardrobe changes, and you liked probably the best picture. I just absolutely adored. You liked it on Instagram. It was the one I posted with Bai Ling.
Yeah, I saw that. I was real happy, because I was like, "Oh, your girl Bai Ling is in this picture."
Yeah. Oh my God, she was squeezing my titties, and we had a cat fight. Yeah, banged her head up against a cabinet on accident. Actually, I was told it wasn't necessarily my fault, because I went to push her, and she did the whole, like the over dramatic, like, "Oh, you're getting hit or you're getting pushed." Which you do in acting, because you don't really fight, and she banged her head into the cabinet. I got to call her a whore to her face. I told her, she told me that that I needed to quit eating so many chips and maybe my husband would want me. And I said, "What, should I get fake tits like you?" It was great.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
We just were like going at each other. It was good.
Oh God, how was she? Was she cool?
Oh yeah, she's cool. Actually, the one scene, because the one cat fight that we had, she actually grabbed my stomach, and I've been trying to lose weight and shit like that, and she grabbed my stomach, and she was like, "Oh, you so big and fat, that's why your husband don't want you, he wants me, you need to quit eating chips," and all that. And, and I must have had a look on my face, because we did our whole scene. And then when we were done, she sat back up and she goes, "I'm acting, right?" And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I know you're acting. You just wait until our next scene, because I was being kind there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So she was a sweetheart, though. She was a sweetheart. I had to slap somebody and she was in my way, so I couldn't get a good slap in. But yeah, that picture that I posted on Instagram, that was like a awesome picture. Just a behind the scenes picture that was taken, and it was like, damn, that's a good picture.
It was awesome. I popped up on my feed. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, my friend
that's
Todd
awesome.
took that. Yeah, it was so funny. He had a lot of fun on set. But Desert Fiends. It's getting a lot of good ramblings out there. You guys are gonna love the mutants. The mutants are so good, so good. One of the guys that I've worked with before, I've worked with him on a couple other things. His first name's Jeff. I don't know if he wants me to say his last name, but his first name's Jeff. I also was with him in Amityville Turkey Day, and he plays one of the mutants, and he was so good. So good. It was one of those things where it's like, damn, dude, you could probably give up your day job, because, he was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was good. And then I thought I was done with movies, right? Because, I thought I was done. And so this is how my past week has gone. So I had to fly to Vegas. Then when I was in Vegas, there was a day I wasn't filming in Vegas. I drove to Whittier, California to film a different movie, then drove back to Vegas to film another day in Vegas. Then I flew home on Sunday, and then I had to turn around and fly to Cape Cod today for a new job. Well, I thought I was done, right? I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. No more movies until probably June. Oh, no. Then I'm getting an email about that Triple Xmas, which I just filmed something for them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. You said, Well, we talked about that. Yeah,
the Friday before I went to Vegas.
Yeah. And even now, I follow Drew Marvick, who's in it, and he said it wrapped. So I was like, okay, I guess it's cool now.
No,
apparently not.
They want another scene. I got an email, and I got it like my last day in Vegas, and I thought, oh, well, they made a mistake, because I filmed in in St. Louis the Friday before I had to leave for Vegas, because I flew to Vegas on Sunday, and I just ignored it. Well, then they sent me another email and said, okay, so we're almost 90%. We're going to film this coming Friday, your scene outside the nightclub. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to do it Saturday, but it'll be like 2-3 a.m. Saturday morning. And I'm like, but I already filmed something for you. I said, if you want me to be another character, or if you in fact need me for another scene, I'll certainly do it. But as far as I was thinking, my obligation and what I was getting for the Indiegogo was done. And they're like, oh, no, we need another scene. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, I guess I will fly home from Cape Cod on Friday and get home about noon, and then probably about 2 or 3 p.m. I'll be headed to St. Louis to film there. I hope it gets done Friday, because otherwise it'll take up my whole weekend. But damn. Damn. And then there was another one I guess I signed up for in May. So I guess I'm not done with movies. I thought I was, but.
Oh, jeez.
I guess it's never ending.
Oh, well, yeah, because I know after he did Pool Party, he did Slasherette Party, which came out. Actually, I saw it at that film festival I was at.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I saw the premiere of it there. I thought he was going to show, but he didn't. But I saw the premiere of it there, and I really dug it, man. It was fun. It was cool. It was like, you know, this bachelor party and this bachelorette party in a cabin, and you know, everybody starts getting killed.
Nice. I love those kind of movies. I do.
It was really, once again, it was real simple. He played one of the killers. You can tell very distinctly because he's got a fucking beard and he wears like a really shitty like mask on. It's like, I know who you are, buddy. Like we know who you are.
That's hilarious.
But yeah. So I mean, it seems like the ones he's doing are pretty successful and the people kind of follow him now. So yeah, but no, I think Triple Xmas is going to be interesting. For sure. I haven't seen Murder Size yet, but I'll get that whenever it comes out.
Well, and Wolf Hollow had their big premiere.
Oh yeah,
I didn't get to go because I was in Vegas, but yeah, I guess it went over real well. And now Mark is going to be going to take it to a couple festivals, and they're going to be playing it in some other theaters. So it's actually getting a little bit theater play. So that's good.
Nice, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah, glad to hear it.
Yeah, I think I'm victim number 2. That's what that was my. I'm victim number 2. Yeah. But you know what? It is like one of the first movies that I did. So
you're gonna start getting these DVDs and Blu-rays in the mail for all the movies you've been on. Sort of pile of them in your house for just sitting there.
Well, my son told me, my older son, it was funny because I told my kids I was doing movies, and I don't think they really realized how many, or they were like legit movies. I think they thought maybe just we had somebody with a video camera that were like filming in their garage or something. Because my older son was taking me to the airport last week. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, my friend found your IMDb page." And he goes, "Yeah, you've been in movies like with that one lady that comes to Monster Pizza." They're talking about Felissa Rose. Because she'll come to Monster Pizza to, you know, screen Sleepaway Camp and do a meet and greet and signatures and all that. And, yeah, so maybe I'll become cool in their eyes. I don't know. And then it was funny.
Fingers crossed.
I had somebody else, a few people that were like, "Oh, can we take our picture with you?" They're on the set, and I'm always like, "Why do they want a picture with me?" And then I thought, well, you never know. Later on down the road, they may be happy they have that picture. So, probably not.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's fun. It's been a fun ride. But yeah, I'm going to have to tone down some of the movies. I got too much work to do, so. At least for the next few months. Next couple months.
Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah, you got your, your work now. You were worried for a bit not to not have it. Now you got it, so you gotta actually do it.
I know. And I always tell myself, why don't you just take some time off? But with being a consultant, you never know. If you decline or say, no, I'd like some time off, when you're ready to go back to work, there may not be any work.
Yeah.
So, I just hate to turn anything down. But after this contract is done, which should take me into the end of September, then I think I might take the rest of the year off. Maybe. Who knows?
That's a good time to take off from September or October onward. That's fine.
It's getting into the holidays. It's getting cold. I won't want to travel as much. Especially where you are. You don't want to go outside because once again it'll be
fucking cold.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So I think that's what I'll do. But for now I'll be traveling back and forth to Cape Cod a couple times a month until September. So it'll be all good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Good. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I was going to talk about. I mean, I know we're like at 50 minutes. I was going to tell you about somebody I deleted from my Facebook over that frickin' travel fiasco. Did you see those comments going back and forth on my Facebook? You may not have, because I ended up deleting it. Do you remember did you see when I posted on Facebook about the travel fiasco and the checked bags? Did you?
I think I may have liked the post. I didn't read it though. I don't think I
did. I just liked it. I didn't bother to read it. I love it. Well, I thought it was pretty fucking clear what had happened, right? I just said basically what I told you here. We got there with our checked baggage. There was nobody at the counter to take our checked baggage, and then we had to go through the TSA security line, and that lady had to throw all her stuff away. Well, this girl that I know made a comment. Well, I never had any issues with Allegiant. That sounds fishy. Okay, well, what sounds fishy about somebody not doing their job? Somebody wasn't at the counter.
Oh God! Just because you didn't have that experience doesn't mean nobody else has got it. Like that's beyond idiotic. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! And then it gets worse. Then she goes, I said, well, okay, so there was nobody at the counter to take our checked bags, so we went through the security line with our bags that were supposed to be checked, but we couldn't give them to anybody. And the lady behind me had to throw away over $200 worth of product. And she replied, well, I don't feel sorry for her. I'm tired of these people thinking they're better than other people, trying to take, oversized products in their carry-ons. That's her own fault. I don't feel bad for her at all. And I'm like,
but dumb bitch. That wasn't her carry-on. That was her check.
Thank you.
We just said this before. We said this before in this perfect statement.
That's exactly, and I'm
like, I don't like. Can you not read? What's the problem? Are words difficult?
Dude, that's almost word for word what I said.
Yeah, I would have been like, can bitch not read? What's going on here?
I'm like, you obviously cannot be this fucking stupid. I said you can't be this ignorant. You really can't. You must be drunk, because this is again what happened. Well, you just go ahead and tell it like you go ahead and live in, she replied, you go ahead and live in your own reality, and tell your own story the way you think it should be, and it'll be okay, Erica. Just go have a drink. Oh, hell no, bitch. I'm like, oh God.
What the... You're not okay. First of all, I kind of know how you post on Facebook. You seldomly post, you seldomly make a long post. You seldomly will complain in a post either. So for you to do this means that something really bad happened.
I'm just like, what
and
part?
If this bitch, God, if this bitch is like, oh fuck you and your experience, I'm just like, do you want to throw hands? Because we can do this right now.
Yes.
Come here.
Yes. So finally, I was getting really riled up, and I'm like, you know what? She's not really a friend. We had a podcast before about frenemies, and I'm like, you know what? She's not a friend of mine. I dated her brother for like a year ages ago. And she is somebody I would go out and have a drink with, but she's not a friend. I would never call her for a shoulder to cry on. We have mutual friends, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to delete the bitch from my Facebook and delete the post and go about my day. So I know what happened at that security or at the thing, but yeah, it was back and forth.
Yeah, and you've traveled enough to know like what to do. It's not like this is your first time on a fucking plane or something.
She
You know, it's like,
wasn't
come
getting
on.
it. I don't know if she thought we went. All three of us went directly to the security line with three our big ass bags to check at the security line. I
Yeah,
don't
and
get it.
yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like if you think it's one of the, no, it's one of those things where like when you have a checked bag, you will sometimes pack things differently because it's getting checked as opposed to going through security.
Yes.
Like there's a thing you do. Like you can usually put more shit in the check bag. You can and get things and once again get it where you need it in your destination. But like
Yes. Yes.
clearly she wasn't comprehending what you were fucking typing out or whatever.
I'm like, she must have lost some brain cells or something because she just was not getting it. And yeah, I don't have that kind of patience. I'm like, nah, I'll delete you because this is the one. Oh God, I didn't tell you this. Maybe we should save it for another podcast. I'm trying to decide how much I want to destroy this bitch. But
let's destroy her on the next one. Let's destroy her on the next one.
Okay.
Then we can make it all about her, and how much of a how much of a bitch she is.
That sounds good. But hey, if anybody has any travel stories, nightmare, airport scenarios, hell, I'll even hear a story about a train. Send that to us at ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, definitely. Send us your worst experiences.
Yes. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Doesn't matter.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Jeez. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we at least we made it home, so we're fine. So it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. Geez. It is okay. We did make it.
But other than bitching at this woman, are we good? Or anything else?
I think we're good for today.
That's awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you on the next one. Have a good one.
All right, bye.